ICE's execution of Alex Jeffrey Pitty today in Minneapolis shows 3 specific violations of the Constitution against all United States citizens. And I think it's very important that we focus on that, especially since some people think that this is still an attack on just immigrants. It's fucking not. First, let's put into context that Alex Jeffrey Pitty was a 37-year-old United States citizen who was an intensive care unit nurse and had no criminal record. Now, first, let's talk about the lead up. In this footage, you can see that Alex was originally confronted by ICE because they were annoyed that he was peacefully recording and protesting them, which by the way is protected by law and is basically the First Amendment of the Constitution. ICE agents didn't like that he wouldn't put his phone away, so they escalated and agitated by pushing him back unnecessarily and pepper spraying him in the fucking face. And they started wrestling him to the ground. And you can see there's about 8 men that jump him and wrestle him to the ground. One even starts beating him with a pepper spray bottle. But I want you to pay attention to this guy with the gray sweater, because in a moment, you're going to see him reach onto the ground, and I'm going to show you a different angle so that you can see exactly for yourself. Here's the guy with the gray sweater, and there it is. Boom. In this clear still visual, you can see an ICE agent run away with what seems to be Alex's gun, which he had in the back of his pants. Now, let me be clear. According to the Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara, Alex was a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. He legally had the right to conceal and carry a gun, and it had already been fucking removed from his possession while they're still beating him on the ground. But even after the gun was removed from the scene, he was shot over 5 times and executed in cold blood on the streets of fucking Minneapolis. He had no criminal record. He was peacefully protesting, and he had a permit to conceal and carry. He did all the right things and was still executed on the street by a state-sponsored terrorist organization. They violated a U.S. citizen's First Amendment right to free speech and assembly, his Second Amendment right because they didn't like that he was bearing arms, and they violated his 14th Amendment right to due process by acting as judge, jury, and executioner by murdering him on the fucking street.